FM.
It should come up. Yep, transcript. Okay, lovely. So before we got started, thank you for coming.
It's good to be here. Thank you for inviting me to come on the program.
Yeah, and before we get started, you helped me on my dissertation last year, so that's how it kind of looked. And your wife is now working for Butcher England on a temporary basis as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
and we played Butcher a few years ago.
Yep. Oh, did we? We never played against each other, did we?
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, I think you beat me like 8-9-0.
I don't remember that, but if I did, brilliant.
yeah.
Yeah. So as I do with these interviews, can you start off with an introduction? So who you are, your sport, and everything else.
Yeah, so I'm Stephen Miller. My sport is athletics. I do the club throw. So yeah, the club throw is the Paralympic equivalent to the javelin for athletes with severe impairments. So yeah, and yeah, I've been doing this sport for over 25 years, so a long time.
A very long time. And if you don't mind explaining your disability.
Yeah, my disability is cerebral palsy, acquired from birth.
Yep. And you mentioned that you're in the athletics, athletics. Did you do any other previous sports? I know you did bocce, but
Yeah, well, I played bocce when I was younger. I'm playing bocce again now. So, but yeah, when I was younger, I loved playing football. So I used to play football when I was younger, and yeah, I probably tried hundreds of different sports in my lifetime. I love doing sport, and yeah, I love to watch sport. So yeah, I to take part as much as possible.
and I've done a bit of research last week for this. So you started getting into athletics, mainly club fight, aged 11.
Yeah, I was about 10 or 11, started going to a sports club at my school. So yeah, that's how I got into it.
And you had a bloke called Norman Burns. He was a Paralympian way back, and then he started off and he became your coach in later career.
Yeah, Norman was my first coach. He he picked me up. He used to coach at the sports club at the school. So yeah, it was great to have him as a coach and a mentor. He competed in 2 or 3 Paralympic games. He competed in the club throw and won medals in the club throw. So yeah, he's a big influence on me.
And presumably he helped you get spotted too. So how did you get from grassroots to the elite level?
Yeah, he did. I mean, yeah, for me, I competed as a junior, up to being 14, 15. So, yeah, I used to go and compete in the junior regional games, and then the junior national games. And, yeah, there was some people from England, the England squad used to come to the national junior championships, and yeah, they spotted me and invited me to go to a training weekend in Nottingham, and that's where I started getting involved in England, and then competed for England when I was about 15, and yeah, then I got picked up by Great Britain, then got invited to go into the GB team. So it kind of it happened pretty quickly. It happened within 2 or 3 years. I went from being a junior to competing for Great Britain. So yeah, it happened really quick.
Yeah, and so would you mind explaining your category? Was it TJ20 or something you said? Your class.
My classification, the F32, so the 30 in para-athletics, the 30 classes are all for neurological conditions, so cerebral palsy, muscular MS, um, any kind of any kind of neurological disorder impairment. So yeah, I'm in the 32 class, which is one of the most severely impaired classes within that range. So I'm affected in all four limbs. Um, and yeah, got a lot of involuntary movement. So yeah, it affects my balance and coordination and my grip. So yeah, that's how my category works.
Yeah, and then you went on to compete in quite a lot of Paralympics. So you did 96, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, and 2016.
Yeah, yeah, I did 6 Paralympic games back to back. So yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, 20 years.
Yeah, and starting back to your first in '96, I mean, your first Paralympics must have been feeling very proud to achieve that high level. So how did you get on with each of those Paralympics? Just going through.
Yeah, yeah, cool. So yeah, that was yeah amazing. I was only 16 years old, so it was an amazing experience to compete at the Paralympics so young. Um, and yeah, it was a bit of a blur really, and but yeah, I didn't compete to the very last day, so that probably helped me to calm down a bit and to take it all in, and yeah, and I won the gold medal and became the youngest ever track and field gold medalist for Great Britain. So yeah, it's unbelievable. I didn't expect to win the gold medal. I was really young, but yeah, on the day it happened, so it was yeah amazing. And then from there, yeah, it got a lot harder. 'Cause once you become Paralympic champion, it's hard to stay at the top. So I had to work really hard, and yeah, I went on to defend my title in Sydney and became a double Paralympic champion, and then I defended it again in Athens in 2004, so I became three-time Paralympic champion, and I almost did the quadruple in Beijing, and I almost made it 4 in a row, but yeah, just came short and won the silver medal in Beijing. But it's still uh, a great feeling to win another medal. And in London, I was carrying quite a big injury into London, and had to work really hard just to get in the team. So, um, but yeah, I didn't manage to win a medal in London, which yeah, is a big shame. But I was picked to be the team captain for the athletics team. So yeah, it's a great honour to to lead the team into a home Paralympics, and really, yeah, just to be there was amazing. To be part of it was incredible. And after London, I had pretty major surgery on my hip, so I had to have a new hip. So yeah, it took me a while to get over that, but I managed to come back and keep competing. And I won the Rio in 2016 and won a bronze medal in Rio. So it's been an up and down career, but yeah, lots of success.
Yeah, I mean, just to stay at that top level from a young age and to compete in 6 Paralympics, which is probably unheard of these days now. So it's a massive achievement. And so what was it like? Home games at London, not far to travel. It must have been quite a big opportunity on the main stage to compete in your home country.
Yeah, London was, like I said, it was incredible to be there. And the atmosphere in the stadium was amazing. I never experienced anything like that before. And I don't think it'll ever happen again. But yeah, the build up to the games was pretty intense. I've never, I've never seen so much media media attention up to the game. So it was quite hard to deal with that. We actually the athletics team we actually went to Portugal for 2 weeks before the games to try and get away from all the media attention. So yeah, having the games in your home country is like, it's gonna be quite easy to travel, but we ended up having to fly to Portugal and fly back to London. So that's quite different. But yeah, for me personally, it was a bit bittersweet because yeah, I'm really looking forward to competing in London. But yeah, it's just a big shame that I couldn't be 100% fit for those games, and I had to carry that injury into the games, and that meant that I couldn't really compete to my top level. But yeah, this can happen in sports, so you gotta take the good days and the bad days, and yeah, just make the most of every opportunity. So.
Yeah, and you did 6 Paralympics. You missed. Well, you just about missed out on the Tokyo, which was delayed because of COVID. So
Yeah.
21. I know in the dissertation last year that you mentioned that quite a bit. But so obviously lockdown, you did a lot of training at home in your own home environment. Of course, it was very tricky for everyone who's an athlete to work around their training within what they've got in their houses and everything. And you in 21, early 21, you went back into training and all that in your normal environment with social distancing and all that. And you just about missed out on a place, didn't you?
Yeah, I was very close. It was really, really close to being in the team. It was just really hard decision to take, but yeah, that can happen. It's like the Paralympics. Everyone's dream is to compete at the Paralympic Games, so it's always very competitive, especially in a big sport like athletics. You got a lot of athletes, a lot of good athletes trying to get in the team, and you only get so many spaces at the Paralympic Games. So it is always very competitive to get in that team. So yeah, unfortunately, I didn't make it. I didn't get selected, but I'm quite happy that I did everything I could do, and yeah, I yeah, I'm quite proud of the effort I put in to try and get there. But again, yeah, some things happen in sport that you can't control. So yeah, I've just gotta take it on the chin and move on.
Yeah, of course. So moving away from sports for a little bit. So you, after London in 2013, you started up Smile through Sport, a sports uh, inclusive company in the northeast. So why did you set up the company, and then what do you do with it?
Yeah, so it was like me and my wife Rachel, we set up Smile for sport together, and I've always been very passionate about trying to encourage other disabled people to do sport and to get the benefits from taking part in regular activity. So this is the idea of like, yeah, doing that, trying to create opportunities in the northeast, primarily in the northeast of England, for disabled people to just be active and just get involved in sports. So that was the idea behind it, and yeah, we didn't know what we could achieve. We just had an idea. So we set up this organization. It was only me and Rachel at the beginning, um, and yeah, since then we've been very successful. We've worked with lots of partners over the last 10 years that have helped us to deliver thousands of sessions in the community, and help thousands of people with disabilities get access to sport. So yeah, we're really proud of what we've achieved in the last 10 years, and yeah, we're hoping that we can do even more in the next 10 years. We work very much at the grassroots, so it's all about participation. We're not trying to find Paralympic athletes. We're not trying to find the next stigma. If we did that, it would be great. But we are just trying to help disabled people get more active, and it's really important.
And that's only in the northeast. You don't do any other counties.
Yeah, well, we do a little bit, but we focus mainly on the northeast because that's that's where we're based. So, but we do sometimes we do work in other areas around the country.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And then you got an MBE in 2014 for your services in was it sports, or did you get your MBE in?
I got awarded the MBE in 2016 for my services to sport. Um, so yeah, just recognizing what I did over the last 20 years in my career, and also like with my work in the community and helping charities and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a big honor for me. It's not something that I ever expected to get. I do I do what I do because I love to do it, really. So, the fact that I can help other people or inspire other people is fantastic, and yeah, it's really humbling to get that kind of award, and a really great day for me and my family to go down to Buckingham Palace, and it was Prince William that gave me the award. So it was nice to meet him and have a little chat with him, and yeah, just have a nice day out in London, and yeah, it's yeah, I guess when you get stuff like that, it makes you think, yeah, you're doing something well. You're doing something that makes a difference. So yeah, pretty cool.
Very cool indeed. So following on from the Paralympian, you're now in your later career in athletics. Now, are you still doing cover throw? Are you aiming for Paris next year, or have you stopped? Or what's your future in power athletics?
Yeah, I guess the correct terminology would be I'm probably I'm probably in transition phase, so I'm not retired yet, but I'm like, I'm still competing, still enjoying my training. So, and I don't have any specific targets or goals at the moment in terms of whether I could get to Paris, but yeah, I'm still competing. I'm still enjoying doing it, and yeah, if I could compete in the major championships, that would be really great. I'm also doing more boccia now, so I'm competing in boccia again, and just seeing how far I can get in that as well. So yeah, I'm just like, yeah, okay, yeah, you the best way to describe it is transition. So yeah, yeah, it's really when you've done something in your life for so long, yeah, it's hard to stop doing it. So
Of course.
I'm just yeah trying to enjoy it while I can.
Yeah, of course. And so, you said you started doing what years ago, and then you had your power athletics career, and you said you started doing boccia again now. So is that sort of your next plan after your career in athletics? Is boccia sort of maybe a sport you will get into for?
Yeah, I do. I've always liked doing, but when I was younger, I had to make a decision between boccia and athletics, and uh, I chose to do athletics, and obviously I got no regrets about that because I went on to have a really good career. So, but I always said, boccia is the kind of sport that you can do until you're quite old. So, I knew it was always the opportunity to come back to boccia after athletics. So, yeah, I'm just getting back into it. Just find my feet in boccia again. It's, as you know, a very competitive sport. There's a
Very.
lot of good players in boccia. So, I'm just yeah, trying to practice a bit more and yeah, hopefully I can get some good results. And you never know what might happen in the future. I might get to competing in the Paralympics in boccia.
Well, that'll be a very good achievement if you did someone. And you'll be C2, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a busy too. Yeah.
Yeah, and well, you said you're finding your feet in butcher again, officer, but actually you got a gold medal.
Yeah, I've competed. I've done a few bit of BA Cups and the Hifco Cups and yeah, I competed in a pathway competition last year and I did okay. So yeah, I'm improving. So that's the main thing. As long as you keep improving, that's all you can do.
Of course. And what do you see in the future? Well, we talked about the future for you, but what do you think the future is looking like for power athletics?
Yeah, I think it's looking good. I think it's heading in the right direction. Yeah, the main thing for Paralympic sport is, yeah, as long as they can maintain that competitiveness, make sure that everyone's competing fairly, and as long as they can keep doing that, that will always result in good competition, in, yeah, people doing spectacular things and that people want to watch. So, yeah, as long as they can keep doing that, and yeah, keep finding more athletes that want to compete to a high level. That will keep the Paralympics going. And yeah, at the moment it just keeps getting better and better every time. So yeah, let's hope we can maintain that momentum.
Of course. And so you're not wanting to go into the coaching world. You still want to be an athlete. You're not thinking about coaching in the future or anything like that.
I did my badges a few years ago. I did my level 2 coaching badge. So I have done a little bit of coaching in the last 3 years. And yeah, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy working with the athletes and trying to help them get better. I think, good. They tend to say good athletes don't always make good coaches because, yeah, I'm very demanding and, yeah, I have high expectations. But yeah, you never know, in the future it might be something that I get involved more in. But at the minute, I'm still enjoying being an athlete. So yeah.
Of course. Oh, that's everything. So thank you very much for coming on. I'll just stop recording and then we'll wrap up. So thank you very much for.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you. So
Yeah.
stop recording. Stop.
Voice. Let's go. Voice FM.